Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, from wherever you are watching right now. Uh, Good to have you join us in 2026. And I say Happy New Year to every one of us. All right. It's so amazing. It's so good to connect with us on this platform, this new group. And unfortunately, not many people, get to join this new group. But I believe that those that caught the vision of what we're doing here will eventually catch up and we go. So um, we want to hit the ground, running this year. And there is so much that we have to do. As a matter of fact, this year is so packed with so many things that we want to do in regards to building ourselves, you know, catching up with the pace of time. Things are moving very, very fast, astronomically fast, in terms of technology, in finance, in your career. Yeah, our career life, things are changing very, very fast. Gone are the days where they say you have to spend a certain number of years before you can attain a certain level of growth. It has, ended several decades ago. Now is how much you can do, how much speed, or how much what you can do per time. So the faster you can carry out or achieve tasks, the faster you will move in life. And that is what we want to see, that one of the visions we see for every one of us this year, that we build ourselves both physically, spiritually, academically, vocationally, your job, financially, politically, and otherwise. So our job is to help you navigate whichever path you have chosen for yourselves to move on. All right, so without wasting time, this is January, and most organizations and individuals, what they do this time is they strategize, okay, for the year ahead. Some have started December, yeah, and some are going on right now. But we are here to see how we help you as an individual, okay? As an individual, achieve the best in your organization, wherever it matters for you. It could be in your family, it could be your personal life, okay? Financially, someone to grow spiritually, someone to grow, in different ways. I don't know what your plan is. I don't know what you foresee for this year. And so our goal is to help you achieve that. So this is a learning institution, and we want to see how we integrate our life with what is driving the world today, and that is technology. So how you could move from the conventional or the classical way of carrying out, your business, your office work, your family life, your personal life, everything, even your spiritual life, how you can make the best use of technology to gain speed in the time that we are moving right now, and we get it right. And so in this era, so most people are having organizational meeting, like in my office. I head my department here in the FCT in Abuja. On Monday, we're going to be having a general meeting where we're going to put things in perspective and see how we get rolling. And I believe some of us have already done that. We're about to do that. And then also, most people take out time to fast and pray in January so that the rest of the year will be blessed. I encourage every one of you, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, you go ahead and fast and pray, seek the face of God, and every other thing that you bring before Him, He will be able to help you achieve that. All right. So, in the light of that, we want to see how we help us with tools in this planning process. Okay. uh, Technology is something that could uh, give you an edge over anyone that uses the manual or the old methods or processes. All right. So I want to start with, I am a believer. I love, involving God in everything that I do. I am planning for my year. As a matter of fact, I have a whole lot of things written down. But I run things through God, and the Bible is my compass, my navigator. And I believe that if you are a Muslim or another religion, you have a holy book that gives you a guidance and direction. So I don't want to downplay that. So I would like to read a verse in the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 18. I'm sure most of you already know what I'm trying to read by just saying the book of Proverbs. It's something we are very, very familiar with. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Okay? And so it's very important that we, at this time is when you cast a vision, whether for yourself, or for your organization or for your family, so that from the beginning, you know what you are focusing on, and then you give it all attention, and so the vision gives direction, and then without it, life drifts. So you find yourself before the March, you would have been focusing on something different. So it's time you put it plain on paper, you make it clear to whoever is a party to what you're doing. As a matter of fact, if it is just you alone, maybe personal development, put it on paper. Our brains tend to forget a lot. When you have an idea in your head, you're just about 25% achieving it. When you put it on paper, written it down, you're already more than half, 50, 60% in the process of achieving it. And then when you begin to articulate it, it takes you to about 75%, and execution is just about 25%. That is going to be the most easiest thing. So it's important that we don't just leave what we want to do in our minds. Are you a fashion designer? What goal? Some people will just say, I want to say how I make 100 million this year. How do you want to achieve that? What are the processes you put in place? What needs to come first before the other? I know most of us have had several strategic planning programs and seminars and all of that. They are very fantastic. They're good. And so what I'm trying to achieve now is to see how you can translate the head knowledge you have in strategic planning to actualizing it using technological tools, basically. There are classical methods of doing that, okay? But technology gives us an edge, all right? It gives us great speed. And so it's important we believe God, because his plans for us are very good. His plans for us are for good and not for evil, to be able to meet an expected end. But if you don't have an expected end, anywhere could be an end, so failure could be an end for you if you don't have it scribbled out up and plain. All right. Yeah. So casting out your vision is the first aspect I just want to look into. There are other dimensions that I'm going to look. I want to make this training very brief. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm not going to teach you on how to use tools. We're not training you on how to use this tool, on how to use that tool. Maybe one or two. I might just show you around and how to get around it, but the rest I would just recommend to you. Now, last year we've done very good job on training it on how to use AI tools and then other sites to be able to achieve what you want, and how to find what you want, online. All you need to just think and then talk and say. There are so many tools, integrated tools and single user AI tools like ChatGPT. So just ask it, you want a tool that could do this and do this, and then tell it you want 2, 3. If you say 10, it will give you 10. If you could say, give me the one that is free, it will bring all the ones that are free. Bring the ones for organizations, to bring the ones for, so whatever you want. So Yeah, I mean, just trying to buttress the fact that we're not going into detail how to use these tools, but I just recommend a few that I know are quite good, okay, and are relatively cheap or free. So you can explore those ones as well. All right. So next week, what I'm going to be doing next week is so like I said, in the month of January, we may not have a contact training whereby everybody log in at the same time. It's quite a very busy month, you know, and we just want to leave this month for individuals to put their things in place, okay? And so what I'll be doing is I'll just be sending in recorded videos just like this one. First, let me apologize. This video is supposed to come yesterday, but yesterday was Friday. It has been a bit hectic. And so today, Saturday, I took time to just, put things in place together. And so next week, in the same vein, I'm going to also make a video on strategic planning. I am trained, I'm a certified graduate, master's in organization on strategic planning, strategic management, strategic leadership, and strategic thinking. All of these 5, I lecture these courses on an international platform, for the past 7 years, okay? 7, 8 years, yeah. So I have a grasp on these. And so knowing my kind of audience, I'm going to bring another short training, maybe 45 minutes to 1 hour, recorded video. So it will help you, strategize, to give you ideas and processes and tools and methods on how you can, plan your year ahead. And you can use this for your organization as well, right? So in the month of January, this is what we're just going to be doing. Every week, I'll just put up a video on one thing that will help you plan and strategize. So for today, I just want to highlight a few tools you can use to give you speed. That is the focus, to give you speed. And it's only how much you know and how to get by that will give you the opportunity out there. You go for job interviews or for maybe project, you're bidding for a contract or something. There are things that if you know how to do it, will be much easier for you. And maybe you're going into construction and they say, do you have a project planning management team? And then you say, no, you just know you lost that contract. Yeah, so if you have that ability, or maybe you're looking for a job in a management company, and they say that, do you have a PMP certification? And if you don't, you might not be able. So in the same line, so you need to get yourself abreast, all right? And like I mentioned in the video last year, what we want to achieve this year, one of the goals for LearnCore International is to have you have internationally acclaimed certifications. Yeah, so some of them, most of them are free. I have some of them for the past 5, 6 years, even in the recent time. If you can burn the candle, well, I'm going to show you some of these places where you can go and then you get yourself certified for free or for very tiny amount of money. And if you look at other organizations where you need to, pay, it will cost you several hundreds of thousands of naira or euro or pounds, or thereabout. Yeah, so it's very important, it's very imperative. So this is one of the goals, to have you certified. So after every monthly training, I'll give you recommended sites where you can go and get certified. Okay, so there are different ones. You don't have to do all the certifications. Maybe some months you have nothing to do with. You don't have to, because maybe it doesn't apply to your direction and your focus in life. You don't have to. Yeah, but those that are relevant, can go ahead. And so after this video, I'd like you to recommend, okay, maybe the areas you want us to look into also this year. So you can make a revelation. So in the comment of this video, just go down there, you'll click like and follow, and then comment what you think about the video, and then what other trainings do you recommend we do this year, or maybe some certifications that you want us or you're interested in this year, and we'll be able to help you look it up and then give you the best recommendations on how to get them. Okay. All right. So without wasting time, we're talking about vision, putting things in perspective. Yeah. So however you're doing it in your family or in your organization, your business, even in churches right now, like my church, we're going to start on the 12th. Yeah, so it's going to span a couple of weeks. So what tools can you have that will help you as you write things, as ideas come to your mind on how to do certain things, as God drops ideas and insight or revelations on what you should do this year? How do you, go about achieving these things very fast? So there are tools I have that I'll just recommend. And after this video, I'm going to write a list of the basic area I have touched, and then you'll put it up and with the links, and then you can go check them out and see which one works best for you. You don't have to use all. As a matter of fact, there are a whole lot of them. So for year planning and visioning, there are tools like Notion, personal vision boards and templates. Excuse me, it's fantastic. There are a whole lot of things you can do in Notion, and it helps you plan and come up with visions. There are tools online. If you can go to any AI tool and then say it should give you a tool that will help you come up with, realize, or actually realize who you are, what could be your purpose and vision. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't take the place of God in your life, who is the author of your life. He tells you who you are and then how you can achieve, what is your purpose in life, and then give you the vision of your life. Yeah, that is the first place to go. But after knowing who you are, who God had called you, how you can identify your strengths and weaknesses and capabilities, abilities, and all of that to apply in real life scenario. Yeah, there are tools like that that could help you via questionnaires. All right. So example of that is like knowing your leadership style. There are tools online who should ask you series of questions. Maybe example of, do you like working in a group or you like working alone? You choose strongly, very strongly, or rarely, or never. And then the next question goes, do you get offended when someone says something negative about, series of questions that could, excuse me. So after those questions, now these are psychologically proven. I've tested a few different types. I had questionnaires I used when I trained for conflict resolution and management. I did that in Cairo, Egypt, 3 years ago, and it's fantastic. People just come to realize, oh, this is real, this is true. So after going through those tools, they discover their real weaknesses. They discover their real strengths, which they have ignored, and it caused them a whole lot of trouble. And then, so these tools help. So in the same light, talking about vision, there are the same tools that could help you find out, your strength in this life, what attracts you, what you are called to do. Most times you see the things that aggravate you. You say, oh, I hate how people act in this way. Oh, I hate it when people are not organized. Oh, I hate it when I see places so dirty. Then that are pointers to who you truly are and what you have been created for to address here on earth. All right. So there are tools that could help you. So Notion is one tool that could help you, plan your year. So let me share my screen with you right now so that you can see how Notion looks like. Where is that? Okay, just a moment. I'm just trying to see where I can wait a minute. Sorry about that. Wait a minute. Did Zoom remove this feature? Oh, right there. It was right there in front of me. Okay, I want to believe you can see my screen right now. So these are the area for templates. I mean, Notion, they have these are free templates. You can see it right here. You can download it when you go on the site. Now, these are templates for personal. This is effortlessly control your expenses and savings. Okay, now this is talking about expense and saving templates. This is for budget. This is for financing. This is for recipe, grocery, meal planner, workout. You want to check out your health. We're going to see that a little later. Yeah, so you can see Notion can give you that service as well. Journaling, habit tracker. Now, there are people who want to, cultivate a new habit, or they want to deal with an old habit. Maybe some have the habit of drinking, some have the habit of sleeping too much, some have different kinds of habit. So you want to build new habits. All right. So these templates can help you. Let me even click and then see some of the features we can see on that. So it will help you daily, weekly, monthly with planning. Okay, so it's totally free. Okay, this is a little bit. Let me see if we can expand. Okay. Well, I don't have my glasses here, but personal growth, okay. Budgeting, cardio training, cold shower, daily reading. Yeah, so it covers all of these things, all right? So you want to start learning how to read. You want to start, exercising. This helps you build the character. Now, psychologists said it takes 21 days to build a new character. So if there's something you can do consistently for 3 weeks, it becomes a habit. And when you take it further, it becomes a character. You don't think about it when you're doing it anymore. One of my goals when it comes to technology is I want to master multimedia. Yeah, I'm not very savvy. I'm not very good at multimedia. Actually, I skip it a lot because it takes a lot of time, detail, and it's not just about what you need to do, but it's about the creativity. When you just have the mindset, you don't need to learn too much online. All you need to do is just, express your creativity. So I want to build that multimedia creativity, in me. And then because I have a lot, my career, what I am doing, where I'm going for from now to the future has a lot to do with multimedia. And I would like specificities. Sometimes you may have ideas, but you can't translate it to someone when it comes to that regard. Maybe, it's not a dress that you want to sew, and then you can just show them a picture of the dress and say, sew me this kind of dress. It's something you have in your head. So it's difficult. People hear differently. That's why there's so much problem when it comes to giving out services for someone to do, and then they come up with something different. Yeah, so there's what I see that is good for me in multimedia. And so I want to be hands-on with multimedia so that like trainings like this, maybe like offline videos. I'll do all the recording, I'll bring it back, edit it, perfect it, make it look just the way I want, put the background sounds, the text on the screen, the links that people should connect to, and all of these things. These are the things I want to learn. So that's part of my yearly goal when it comes to the area of technology. There are so many other things though, and so right here, these are templates Notion can give you. Now, these are goals templates, like talking about visioning right now. You can click on this and it will help you come up with the best goals. And if you already have them, then how to achieve them. Now, the good thing about using tools, right? It's not just to, I used to have my diary right now, like, I have my goals and action points, right here. This is my diary. This is for last year, 2025. And I have them with action plans, what to do every day. I pick up one goal and then I, put the action points, but it was pretty difficult following through. I did some, but it wasn't easy. Why? Because you forget. You tend to forget. You tend to forget because you have just one mind. I don't have a personal secretary that will remind me of my meetings and activities every day. And so what these tools do for you that is different from just journaling is that it reminds you. It reminds you every single time you have allotted. Now, I was going to read, I wanted to read the Bible, the whole Bible in 3 months. And there are portions of the scripture it gives you every day. I've started that. I'm using a tool called YouVersion. It's a tool. If you want to read the Bible in certain ways, maybe you want to have a topical study, or you want to have context, whatever it is, you just go fit it there. There are tools, templates that you could just pick and follow through. And so it gives me 16 verses of the Bible to read every day, started from Genesis. 16 chapters every day, and in 3 months I would have read through all the Bible. All right, so there are other aspects of study of the Bible. So I want to finish it, and then I'll go back and start other kinds of study of the Bible. This one is just read through. It's not study. This is read through. I just want to read through, and then I'll go back to study the prophets, the covenants, the all of these different types, history. Yeah, so YouVersion. So what it does is it reminds you. So every day now, when I'm planning, I said, I wake up for my morning devotion by 3 a.m. and then it's going to last for 1 hour. So I set up my alarm. It wakes me up exactly 3 a.m. with a caption, quiet time, and it lasts for 1 hour. At the end of that 1 hour, this app will remind me, this is the book you are supposed to read and the number of verses. So it puts them there. So I have a reminder. So maybe I don't want to read that. I want to read it from 9 a.m. When I've settled in the office and there's little or nothing to do, or maybe about 4:30 in the afternoon when the work is being done, most of it, and then I have time for myself. I could put in an hour, 30 minutes, or just an hour there about, yeah, an hour or less. You could be able to read 16 verses of the Bible, maybe 20, 25 minutes, so you set that. So it reminds you. It reminds you. I'm going to show us Google Calendar a little later. I'm sure we know it, but we seldom make use of these things. All right. So the essence of using technological tools for your goal planning and visioning is the personal assistant service. It reminds you. It prompts you. You set the time, it should remind you. I set meetings. If I haven't training or meetings, I put it 30 minutes before time. It should remind me. So for these things, I put it to remind me, at the nick of time. And then I'll just clear my desk. Sometimes I just put 5 minutes before the time. And then I'll just clear my desk. If I have visitors or I'm trying to do something, I try to summarize, and then, so it's discipline. All right. Yeah. So we have project management right here. We have time blocking right here. You know, so there are different templates, ladies and gentlemen, professional templates right here, whereby CRM, business plan templates, you can see them, content creation templates. If you look, you're going to see YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, X, Facebook, and, you know, Thread, all of that, you know. So it helps you. So that's it. So it goes on and on and on. So Notion is one tool that you can use to achieve that. There's another one called ClickUp right here. This is ClickUp. It does a very similar thing, okay, with Notion. It's talking about your life template. The life planner helps you set life goals, shorter or long term, you know, and gives you action steps. And as a matter of fact, some of these tools give you recommendation. They tell you what to do to be able to achieve this thing that you say you want to, you know, achieve. It gives you recommendations on how to, yeah. So this is life planning template, and let's see. Okay, 30 to 60 to 90-day life planning. So what do you want to achieve in 30 days? That is in a month, or you want to achieve in 2 months or 3 months? Yeah, so like me, I'm doing the 3 months Bible reading thing. It's very, very good. It disciplines you a whole lot. Daily planner. It brings it down to daily plannings, daily action templates. All right, so you want to explore some of these things. And so personal development, life planning template. All right, so that's about it for you know, your vision life. So you can have these things that will help you craft. Now, if you don't have your personal life vision, it's important that you do that in 2026. It will save you a lot. If you have a personal vision and goal, yeah, you know, there are certain things, you know, they are not cut off for you. You know, I am not cut out for this kind of job. I'm not cut out for this kind of association. I'm not cut out for this kind of activity. This is my focus. This is what I want. This is where I'm going for. And so if anything contrary to your life vision comes along the way, it's very clear. So it eliminates unnecessary stress, unnecessary heartbreak, unnecessary waste of time and resources, you know, because you know exactly what you have. And then for your family, you know, for your family, why is your family together? Now, the generic sense, people say, well, you get married is just to give birth to kids, raise them in good schools, let them grow up and then get married, and they are good children, get good jobs, and then you retire in life. And then, yeah, but not necessary. Now, families are created for, there is a purpose that God created family, you know, and each family, just like every ministry, I mean, government organizations, Ministry of Finance, the military, the hospital, the health sector, they are all government agencies, but they are different, they have different purposes. So find out which one is for your family and then build your family in that line. So whenever an opportunity comes, you know, supposedly looks like an opportunity, and your family, you say, we know our family is not cut out for this. So let's not be distracted before you step into something that will cause you heartbreak for the rest of your family life. So that's very important. Okay. All right. So let's, I'll share more tools, but like I told you, you can find there are a whole lot of tools. Talked about goal setting and execution. In Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 2, you know, it says, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets. Now, there's what we call the OKRs. OKRs, if you're into strategy and planning, you would have heard the word OKR, just like you hear the SMART acronym, all right? The OKRs is the objectives and key results. All right, objectives and key results. So it helps you put everything in perspective. It breaks it down. Now, in the video that I'm going to post next week, for those that have not been into strategy sessions, this may help you. And for some that have been part of them, this might refresh your memory. And then perhaps new insight, okay? I mean, learning is, every day I learn new things. I am a trainer, okay? I train in different institutional organizations across the world. And each time I'm training, I update myself. And by the time I'm going through those materials, I get refreshed. My mind, I say, oh, there are some things that slipped my mind, you know, but it brings them to fore. And then there are new trends. You know, the books you read way back in the 90s as very obsolete right now, apart from the Bible. Trust me, physics textbook, chemistry, economics, even in finance, the way you do finance in the 90s, 80s, and 90s is different from the way you treat finance in today. Way back then, that is the only time they say when you save money after 20, 30 years, you become rich, and then you keep depositing your money in the bank for 20, 30 years. You don't want to do that today. You put your money in the bank today with the value, with the rate that the currency is falling these days. You wake up and your money doesn't have any more value. Yes, you have saved, you know, today we are buying fuel. Let me just round it up to 1,000 naira per liter. And then you saved up to 10,000 after those years. In those days, when you think you are a millionaire, a liter of fuel may be bought for 100,000. So you actually lost. So how you treat finances now is via investment. Every money you get, if you hear the word save, it doesn't necessarily want to tell you to carry money, just go hide in the bank, but to invest. So you have to think differently. So don't think to say, well, I'm not a businessman. Well, sometimes you may not necessarily do it yourself. You may find where people invest. Some invest in agriculture, you know, just make your research, make sure it's legit and genuine. Look at the stock market, look, and then you invest in agriculture. You want to invest in education. You want to invest. So this is how, so you don't want to carry your money, go keep in the bank and say that when you retire in the next 35, 40 years, then your money will come. Way back in the 70s and 80s, yeah, that may be a good deal, but not today. Yeah, so just the point I'm trying to buttress, you need to refresh yourself. You need to update yourself. So in the training next week, you want to be updated. You want to be refreshed. I mean, the world is changing right now as we know it. We see the crisis going on. All these things change policies, you know, with or without your knowledge. Policies change every day based on the current trends across the world, even your education. I mean, when the pandemic hit in 2019, 2020, the Ebola thing, I mean, the, what was that? The COVID, it changed the landscape. It changed how countries, I mean, traveling to another country before you cross border, it changed. Even in your own organization, you know, education system changed. People are schooling across the world. Way back then, if they say you did online school, they won't regard it as any, they will say, no, the real certificate they will look at is the one you go and sit within the four corners of the university, and that is what will be recognized. But today, online school is highly acclaimed. Whether you sit within the walls or not, you go and do your degree, your master's, your PhD without stepping out of your country, and you schooled all around the world, and your results is valid because of the trends. Yeah, so we'll see how we're going to move in on that. All right, so we're looking at time and productivity. All right, so you need to manage your time. Very, very important. Now we have tools that tell us when to do this and how to do that, and very, very important. And you don't have time to waste anymore. Opportunities come in a moment of time, and if you're not ready, and if you do not apply, trust me, there is a certification that you may need to attain today. And if you don't attain it today, tomorrow maybe you're going to graduate next week, and an opportunity comes to say, submit your certification on this, and the deadline is this week, and your own certification is coming next week. So you don't want that situation to come and say, oh, had I known, I should have started earlier. Yeah, so as much as possible, just take that up and plan ahead of time. So okay. Okay, there is a tool also that I wanted to share with us for goal setting. Or should I? Okay, let me just go ahead. I'm going to put up these tools online. Okay, I'm going to put up these tools online, and you'll be able to check them out and follow through. Okay, so yeah, so this is one, Smart Sheet. Smart Sheet helps you to set goals for the year. This was Smart that I just talked about earlier. You can download this sheet, and it will help you, choose what is most important, how to be specific, and then how to make it measurable and achievable and all of that. We have business goals, staff goal settings. These are all templates you can just make use of. All right. Now, there are quite a number of complex ones that are very interesting if you know how to use them, but they're a bit complex. You have to be a bit savvy in this database management to be able to enjoy those ones. Now, one other one I just want to show us right now is Google Calendar. I'm sure if you have an Android device, you should be able to see you have Google Calendar on your phone by default. If you have your Gmail, all of these services, if you have an account with Google, as a matter of fact, you have Google Calendar. Now, as simple as it is, you can make the most out of planning your day. Like I mentioned earlier, these things help you, it reminds you. Now, if you look at the lower corner here, these are accounts, these are my calendars. This is my personal calendar. This one reminds me of birthdays of people. You don't want to forget your wife's birthday so that you don't sleep on the couch for 1 month. So you want to put it there to remember. People take it personally if you forget their birthdays. This calendar is for LearnCore, okay? Learning, and yeah, this is for LearnCore. There's a leadership group that I run, okay, on this LearnCore organization. So we do IT, we do leadership, and many other things. And okay, a bit lower here also. Okay, yeah, holidays in Nigeria. It shows me that. This is for, okay, yeah, this is another calendar here for the PhD program I'm doing in Kenya. So I have a calendar for it as well. So when you have so much assignments, you have program in a week, you do a lot of writing, you do a lot of articles, you do a lot of submissions and so many things. And you have your family to deal with, you have work to deal with. And if you don't, have the calendar remind you, you're going to be in trouble. So this is Google Calendar. And I want to encourage you this year, try to make use of this. If you can't use any of those, crazy tools, just make use of this. Just try to see, make it a priority. Let me learn how to use calendar. It will remind you, okay? It will remind you of the things you need to do. Now, like this one right here is tasks. at the top, switch to task. So you can, one of those tasks that you have, your daily tasks. Okay, I'm going to be doing this today at a certain time. What are those tasks? You can put them here. So you can click here to add a task and say, jog for 20 minutes, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And you can put it, you can, okay. So now when I put this, I may not need to put the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I can select the days right here. I can put this to be tomorrow. Now these are certain. I can put this to be today. I can put it tomorrow, or I can click on this calendar and choose the days that I want to do that. All right. So I can say on this day, this is when I want to carry out this type. And then I can set the time. What time do I want to? So let me say I want to do that 6 a.m. And then I want to do that on Monday the 5th. Let me repeat this act again. All right. So days, repeat every day, start January 10, or how do I want it? Or I can type in the date or the number of occurrences 30 times. And then you see done, and then you have a task. Now you may want to have task, you want to pray. You can set out that time. You have a task, maybe, you know, different kind of things. Maybe, I'm just trying to think across board. Most of us, what we're doing, maybe you are a fashion designer, maybe you are a driver, you drive, you want to carry a task whereby you service your car once a month or check one or two things, or you're an IT person, you want to take a task of learning one application a day for a certain time. So you can put the task here, you can give the star makes it very highly rated. Okay, so you can edit your star, you can star it, makes it of high priority. If it's done, you can delete it, you can add monies. So this is my task right here. So you want to do this, fantastic. All right. All right. So I will go back to the calendar mode. So that was the task mode. So the task I just did, you can see it spread across all my, so on the days that I didn't specify, I was just trying to explain, okay? So you can see it spans through all, yeah, it spans through all my days. Yeah, so when I'm done with that task, I can come here and delete the task, delete all. And then when I go back to my calendar mode, it's all gone. So this is very, very key. We're in January 2026. There are some tasks. Now you may have meetings and programs. And now this is one program I had in November. This is where the task is. Now it's grayed out because it has already been done. Let me just click on it so you can have an idea. This is a training, Advancing Cybersecurity and Cyber Diplomacy in Africa. So it's on a Wednesday on October 29th from 12 to 2 p.m. until this day. So this is, use the Zoom link, and then these are informations about the sites. Well, all this information come with any Zoom link that you have to send. Now, I always set my trainings for 30 minutes before that time so that I can clear my desk and put things in place. So when I'm having, so every 30 minutes before time on that day, I set up. Very important. This is another one. Okay, yeah, it's 2 days. All right. So for the 29th and the 30th, you know, it's the same thing, 30 minutes before time, you know, this is another task. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I had a job interview actually with this organization, and then I set it up. So once I got that information, now if you use Google, it gives you those options. If I receive, so all I need to do is just to go and add it to my calendar, and I have it remind me 30 minutes before time, so that I can just clear my desk, put things in place. So you can receive these reminders on your desktop, on your phone. It reminds you, it's high priority. I always put it on high priority, okay? And then it reminds me, and then you can even receive it on your smartwatch if it's synchronized with your, so your smartwatch will just beep, you will look, you see the mail, and then it reminds you, you have this meeting. My own, it just keeps beeping like alarm. It comes to me like an alarm until I, put it to shut down. So Google Calendar is very, very important. Now you come to setting. This is where you put you make your settings, all right, to suit how you want to use Google Calendar to program your day and time. This is the language, the date format, how I want it to see. Yeah, of course, yeah. So I can invite others, automatically add Google Meet video conferences at events I create. So that helps me from my email. I just synchronize it. Desktop notifications, so that while I'm working on my computer, for priority, it will just flash on the lower right of my computer right here. It will give me notification. So if I don't want, I can talk. If I want alerts, I can to beep, begin to alert. So I set it up. If I'm on my computer, it should just alert me. Okay, so show snooze notifications 1 minute before. So after the 30 minutes reminder, so just about, it should give me notification snooze. So you can increase it to however you want it to be. When you snooze it, in 1 minute it's back. When you snooze it, in 1 minute it's back. That's perfect. All right. So yeah, so this is how I want my calendar to show: weeks, declined events, blah, blah, blah. So however you want it to work for you, you can come here, change your world clock, your view, add-ons and everything, and all of that. So like, okay, let's say today is, okay, I'm in 2025. Let's go back to, all right, January 2026. Today's date is 10th. I could just right click on it. Okay, no, just click directly on it, and then it comes up, so you can add an event. So today is 10th. Let's say we don't want, let's say on the 20th, which is on a Tuesday, we want to add an event on Tuesday. I can just click right there, the title name. So I'll say make training video on strategic planning. Strategic planning. This is an event, not a task. Okay. So I want to add the time. What time do I want to do that? It's going to come from, let me see, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Let me just leave it like that. So time zone, not all day. Just let me just use the time zone. Does not repeat. It's only on Tuesday. But if I wanted to repeat every Tuesday, so I can select on this one. So every Tuesday in the month of January, February till December, it will keep reoccurring. Or is it monthly on the 3rd Tuesday? It you select annually on January 20th, because you remember we choose 20. Do you want it to be only on January 20th? That event should take place. So, or if it every weekday, Monday to Friday. So you decide how you want it. So let me say does not repeat, okay? And you can add a conferencing link. So when I add this, maybe I want to invite people. When I add a link to this, I can, add, people to, so I can just use Zoom or Google Meet. So let me use Google Meet. I have a Google Meet account. So it's going to create, this is the link. So all I need to do right now is to click on this link and share to whoever I want to be part of this. All right. So add location. Maybe I want to put a pin. Maybe it's a physical location. Okay, let me say UTC. Okay. Okay, let me just use a popular location here in Abuja. Where is that? Okay, let me say arts and culture. And culture. Park. Okay. Area 10. Garki. Okay. Arts and culture. Yeah. All right. So this is this location, Arts and Culture Garki Area 10 complex. Now this will give a pin direction to that location. All right. So let's take a preview of it. So whoever I invite, I don't need to be calling them and say, take a taxi from here. You will see, ask anybody of Arts and Culture. They'll tell you it's 2 miles here or there. With this, it gives you a pin. Now, this is Arts and Culture in Area 10. This is what it looks like, and this is the address. So all the person needs to do is just to come here, click on Get Direction, and it will direct them straight to where this event is taking place. So I can click Save here, or if I want more options, you can click on it. It gives you more granular control. So you want to invite others, yes. Yeah, and then reminder notification. Remember, we said 30 minutes. You can increase or reduce it here. And notification or email. And you can write a description of the kind of event. You can type it here. So when people get this notification, they don't need much explanation. They just read and then they see, oh, this is what it's all about. And that is that. Okay, so let me save this and then let's see how it looks like on our calendar. So right here, as you can see, it's showing make training video and all of that. And so whoever I send this invitation to is going to see. So when I click on it, it comes up. And if I'm done, it's over. I can click trash. But if I leave this right here, by next week, Tuesday, 11:30, did I say 2? Okay, so 1:30 p.m., it's going to bring it up. You know, so you can make video. This is Zoom. This is notes. You can make notes. Let me click on that. Yeah, you can write notes and keep notes and to remind you for. So you can actually do journaling here and synchronize it with your phone. So whatever notes you take here, it will synchronize with your phone. So you don't need to come back to your desktop computer. And if you do it on your phone, it will synchronize with your computer. You're working on your computer, you can have access to all of these notes as well. All right. So tasks, the things you need to do. Remember, we did tasks here. It's the same task here. Your contacts. Now, I want to encourage you, whenever you're saving a person's number, if you're using an Android phone, always save it to your Gmail. If you're using Gmail. Now, when I click this, all my contacts are here. All the contacts that I ever have on my phone are right here. And so that's why I don't get worried when my phone gets missing anymore. I remember back days where I work in a company, we used to buy this SIM card backup. You know, this device that you take your SIM card, put in it, and then to copy or you press buttons to copy the SIM cards to the phone and then to the device, and then you remove the phone SIM key. And then, so when your phone is stolen, you get a new SIM card and you put it on the device, and then it copies your contacts back. And guess what? It saves only 500. There are 300 contacts saved, and then there's 500 contacts saved, and then there's 1,000 contacts saved. Very expensive. And looking back right now, I just laugh it out. I mean, you know, how technology changed. People have thousands and thousands of contacts on their phone. Nobody saves contacts on their SIM anymore. It's on the cloud right now. So I have several hundreds of contacts on my phone. And so when I just put my SIM back, I just synchronize with my Google account, and not just my contacts, the whole configuration of my phone. You know, it's like the phone has not been stolen. My screensaver, the picture, the messages in my inbox, in my the email, the applications that I use, even the apps there are other apps that the way my phone was, it will just download everything. I don't have to edit anything anymore. So not just the contacts, everything. So the contacts is very, very important. And this is location maps, okay? Yeah, so this is one tool you want to use this year. Don't be so lazy. Build a character of saving activities and events. Even church meetings. We're having youth program next week by this. Go to your Google Calendar and save it there so that you don't get to say, oh, I forgot. I remember now. And, 2026 it's so great a year that you don't want to miss any opportunity of getting the best out of it. Okay. Yeah. So having said that, I'll just move. I think I'll soon stop this recording. The time is getting too long right now. Yeah. So the next thing I just want to also advise is in regards to okay, your health and finance. Your health, your well-being is very, very important. There are applications. I'll recommend you use the ones for your phone. If you go to Play Store, or if you use Apple phones, you can go to iStore, and you will see applications for all kinds of exercises. You want to build your muscle, you want to be healthy, maybe your breath, you want to, your muscle, your stamina, you want to, your cardiovascular, everything, there are tools and applications. So it tells you, it shows you with animation, the kind of exercise you should be doing every day. Maybe for 15 minutes, do this. For 5 minutes, do this. For this, it will show you pictorially, and it will keep track. So after you do this 15, you click done. You do the other one, you click done. You do the other one, you click done. In the next 10, 15 minutes, you're done for the day. So maybe you're doing it every day, or 3 times or 4 times in a week, whichever exercise or whatever you are trying to build, it keeps track, and it reminds you. So maybe you want to do it twice a day or once a day, or sometimes you just want to drink water. There's the one that reminds you to drink water. This is what it will take your pH and everything and recommend, okay, do this, eat this. So it reminds you, take your 1 liter of water now, or maybe one glass of water, maybe, I don't know, 30 centiliters or whatever. So it reminds you when to take it, and when you take it, to click it. So it keeps track. So it can tell you that you're becoming healthier or you're becoming better. All right. That is very, very key. So you go to and just type in whatever you want, the kind of exercise or what you want to build or what you want to achieve. It will recommend the best ones for you, and then you can go about using them. Okay. And for your financing, okay, now there is a tool. I want to give us the free ones. Now there's a tool called Google Sheets. Let me do that. There are several ones out there, okay? Several ones with fantastic features, both free and paid. But let me just use Google Sheets. So this is your home page. If you look at the far top right, you notice this Gmail image, and then your image here. Now, this 9 boxes right here, just click on it. It has a whole lot of Google tools, all right? And then when you go down there, you can see Google Sheets. So this is Google Sheets right here. You click on Google Sheets, and it will give you several templates you can use for free on how to manage your finances. Do not keep it in your head and say that, well, the money is not much, so let me just spend it the way. Yeah, even at that, keep record. Know how much you spend on what by the week, by the month, or by the year. It will help you know how to plan better. So these are templates, okay? Monthly budget, Google Finance, and investments. to do annual budget for organizations and stuff like that. Let's look at monthly budget. I think it trickles down more to individual activities. Let's see. All right, so now this is a template that had already been designed. It has been configured. All right, so all you need to do is just to feed in information, and then you have the results. So like your monthly budget. Okay, so let's look at. Okay, I'm opening too many apps. My phone is my laptop is beginning to slow down now. Let me reduce some of them. Okay, so get started right here. So set your, I'm reading this first. So it said, set your starting balance in cell L8, then customize your categories and planned spending amount in the income and expense table below. As you enter data in the transactions tab, the sheet will automatically update to show a summary of your spending for the month. I think this is well explained. Now, there are other trainings you do that will help you know how to design this kind of sheet. But for now, all you need to do is just feed in your information. So this is the starting balance, okay? What is the balance? It talks about L8. This is column L, and this is cell 8. So if you put the two of them together, they stop right here. So this is what you have, the amount of money you have, and then you go back, look at the start balance, 1,000, ending balance, 1,500. So what does that mean? Increase in savings, what you've been able to save this month. Now you come down, you say, what do I plan to spend this year? Sit down and look, okay, my income is this. I buy groceries, I buy this, transportation or fuel or children's snacks, food for the house, light bills, and church offering, everything. When you sum everything, what is the total? So that's what you're going to, have put here. And then at the end of the month, what did you really spend? Because right down here, you start typing in what you did. Planned food, gifts, health, home expenses, personal, everything, the different, everything is going to come out. So what did you plan? And then what did you actually, so after spending all this, at the end of the month, what did you really spend? You just type it down here. That will be the total of what you spend, because right here is 1,000, okay? And then, so 1,000. And then you come, what did you plan to use? Oh, okay, sorry, this is your income now. So what did you plan to have as an income? You have your salary, maybe you have a side hustle business, maybe you're driving to work, you pick passengers along to augment what you will be able to do that day, or maybe you have one online business you try to do to get small change. Or so what did you plan? So when you put everything, what did you plan to get? And then what is the actual income that came? So that will help you to see the pros and cons and how to plan what works and what doesn't work, so that tomorrow you're not just assume and say, no problem, the money will come, let me just do this. You know how it had happened in previous times. So that will help you to see that in my total income for this month, I have a 50% increase, and I've been able to save $500 extra this month. Now, after doing all of this, does that money still, what have you done with it? Know if you have it tangible, or did you gamble with it? Did you whatever? So this helps you to plan your finances. So it's Google Sheets, very simple. They've made everything for you. Like I showed you, this is for daily activities, your monthly budget. There are other templates right there that you can also use, like annual budget, maybe if you run an organization, all right? And so that is that for Google Sheets, for your finances and all of that. Yeah. So I think I am coming close to the end of this video right now. And the last thing I want to talk about is your learning career. Okay. What do you want to add to your knowledge, to your skill, and to your learning this year? It's very imperative. There is one tool that can help you. There are quite a number, but I'll give you a tool. Okay, that tool is Coursera. I'm sure most of us know Coursera, but why I'm putting that is because it can help you with your career path. It can help with your career path. Okay, so here we are. So over 350 plus leading universities and companies run some of these courses for you and I to do. Some are free, some you just pay a little token. And the good thing about it, it just helps you build your career path. So it's not every course that comes your way, you just jump at it. So in this day, do you want to launch into a new career? Do you want to gain an in-demand skill? Maybe what they've looking critically across the world, or you want to earn a real degree. In Coursera, it will help you chart a course. So there are different courses right here, categories: business, artificial intelligence, data science, computer science. All of these things are right there. And so you see which one is in your area, which one do you want to take and build more, and then you click on it, and then it will start taking you through, and it will remind you, advise you and help you choose the right, maybe let's say information technology. That's the area you want to go into. Now, there's the beginner level, the intermediate, and then the advanced level. And this is from IBM, full stack software developer. Do you want to go for that? It's a free trial course. Data engineering. So a whole lot that it helps and build, your IT skills. All right, so this is just one area that you want to consider and see how it helps you. However, like I promised earlier, I'm going to recommend specific courses for us to take and do this year. But don't wait until then. You can just go ahead and start trying out a few things for yourself and see how far you go. Okay, so I want to believe I covered most of the things I want to do today. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. All right, so like I promised, by next week, I am going to make the video for strategic planning. All right, strategic planning. And then for those that are interested, you can watch, see, and then see how you can integrate your plan for the January and for the rest of the year into, and subsequently we'll move on from here. So I'd like you to drop a comment in the comment section, what you think about this, what other ideas that may come up to your mind that you see that it will help us in all our learning processes in this year. Now, in this year, we're going to have other people, not just me. I'm going to have other professionals come to take us or train us in other aspects that they are very, very good and savvy at. So for your own benefit, all right? Yeah, so that will happen through the year. So let's believe God as we plan. This January is very critical for planning. I pray that God will help you all to have His own vision and plan for your life as a priority. Now, I have the things I want, but I'll submit it also to what God wants. And if God reveals to me more than He wants me to achieve, I want to submit myself to, achieving that. And I hope today's session was informative. And I want to thank you for viewing and being part of this year. And I trust and believe that God will help us, that at the end of this year, we'll have evidence to show that by virtue of what we've been doing here, you've been able to achieve this, and this tangible results. All right. Thank you so much for being part of this class, and see you next week.